Hello everyone and welcome to this, my video on Quartics and other polynomial functions. My name's Darren from Maths Guru. Thank you so much for joining me. Now behind me, we'll look at the learning objectives first. We're going to understand what a basic quartic looks like, what a more complex quartic looks like, know how to find the turning points and to transform quartics. And I keep saying it over and over again. Methods is very much about learn what the basic graphs look like, learn how to transform them in terms of dilations, reflections, and translations. And to be honest with you, I think you're pretty much there. Then it's just unpacking all of the language that we can use to try and trick you. And yes, sadly, maths is a big fat trick. That's the reason I do these videos, to hopefully get you to see through all of that rubbish and go, oh, actually, this is pretty easy in terms of what you need to learn. It just takes practice. We need to understand what odd and even polynomials are and understand that we can apply that to a range of different and complex problems. Right, should we get going? Well, before I get in, can we do me a massive favor and subscribe to my YouTube channel? It would be great. No one watches math videos. And so just by clicking subscribe and maybe leaving a comment below saying, yeah, actually, that made sense. Cheers, dude. But maybe spreading the word to teachers and friends would be absolutely priceless. It supports what I'm doing here. All right, recap. We've already, as I said a moment ago, realized that methods is nothing more than learning about what a lot of different graphs look like and then being able to move them around. Now, being able to move them around then means that we've got to find axes crossing points and we've got to find turning points and all this type of stuff, which is really what the methods course is predominantly about. Here's a graph, let's move it around. Here's another graph, let's move it around. Here's another graph, let's move it around. Now let's use some algebra to find sort of crossing points and all that type of stuff. I didn't say it was easy, but actually it is fairly formulaic. We're now going to add the next one, which is quartics, and in fact other types of polynomials if we wanted to do so, because the rules are pretty much the same. So behind me now you'll see a basic quartic. If we look at the graph of y equals x to the power of 4, and I call that the basic quartic, right? There's no other cubes or x squared terms or x. There's nothing looking particularly tricky here. It is just an x to the 4. And pretty much it has some interesting similarities to the graph of y equals x squared. Firstly, it is symmetrical. It looks like it has the same shape. It really doesn't. If you look at the graph of y equals x squared, it sort of comes more to a point. What we're noticing here is these sections of the graph seem to be pulling closer to the x-axis initially, right? So there is where it seems to be pulling closer. But we have some sort of similar points. 0, 0 is my turning point. We got the point 1, 1. I think I've got 1, 1 there. Yep, and 1, 1 is here. And minus 1, 1 is there. So they are useful points to know so that when we start to transform these, we can go, well, okay, this becomes relatively trivial again, all right? So that's the basic quartic. The turning point form of a basic quartic is very, very similar to that of a quadratic. Do you notice the quadratic is pretty much, that's got a square there. This has to the power of 4. But this value of a is the dilation from the x-axis. This value of h is a translation h units to the right. And this value of k is a vertical translation of k units up. Again, remember that if this value of a is negative, that means the graph is going to be reflected, right? So again, it's knowing all of those tricks we've had before and how they can be applied here. But again, probably something for your summary book. Just write it in there. Make sure you understand what the general form of a basic quartic is. And again, it's a basic quartic. So look at this sort of question I've got now. Let's draw a set of axes, he said, always using a pencil and a ruler. Because VCAR and examiners love the idea we've got a pencil and a ruler. So first things first, we're looking to see, is this a basic quartic that's just been transformed? Yep, it seems to fit the sort of format I showed you a moment ago. So what do we look at? Well, we're looking at dilations. Are there any dilations? That would be the value in front of that bracket. Well, it's 1, so that means no, it isn't dilated in any way, shape, or form. Is there any reflections? Nope. This just seems to be a basic translation. So what does that 2 there mean? Well, that 2 means that it has been moved 2 to the right. And what does that negative 1 mean? It means it's been moved down by 1. So my coordinate, my turning point, as it were, started at 0, 0. I'm going to add 2 onto my x value. And I'm going to take 1 off my y value. So I now have a turning point at 2, negative 1. All right, so there's a 2. There's my negative 1. I'm going to put a cross there. There's my minimum.